What's up, everybody? It's your boy Xavier here, and this is another episode of Layman in the Morning. A small part of me is hoping that the same time the water fell is the exact same point that the instrumental to the intro ends. So that's just where I'm at right now, and we're 34 seconds in, and we're crushing it. You know, I have to check if the mic is recording shortly after I press the record button. So that's just where we're at. Camera's going, I'm going. It's just a good time right now, you know. Jesus. Keep it two Virgils with y'all. I don't know what I'm gonna talk. I was sitting out here for a solid 5 to 10 minutes, just thinking about what the hell am I gonna say when I turn this camera on. What the hell am I gonna talk about? What the hell? And you can, yeah, I mean, you can already tell by the, how many times I'm repeating this. I'm trying to drag this episode along here. Per usual, I have no topics, so I guess we could just talk about how my week's been. Happy Saturday, everybody. I brought the chair back out. I don't know. I'm just trying to chill today. Especially good time to be outside, considering that my AC's broken. Hey, broken AC edition. Layman in the Morning, broken AC edition. Let's go. Definitely spilled a little water on myself, but that's just the vibes. My week's been good. As good as it can be. I mean, what's good anymore, you know? Good is kind of just the default. Like if someone comes up to you and says, "How you been?" You know, you're not gonna be like, well, you know, that took a shit the other day and it had some trouble coming out the first 5 minutes, but I got through with some Metamucil and I stubbed my toe and it's been itching the whole week and I might just get it checked out because I might have broke the nail. You know, you're not gonna say all that. Yeah, it's gonna be like you're good. I mean, you know, you're alive. You're here. Yeah, I mean, you're good. As good as you can be. It's kind of, I mean, I'm here, ain't I? You know? Excuse me, Jesus. It's kind of weird though, but because does good mean good anymore nowadays? You know, how are you doing? I'm doing good. Like, is that nigga lying to you? Is that guy lying? I mean, you can be good nowadays. A lot of people can be good. A lot of people aren't good. A lot of people aren't good. But I mean, it's kind of. I've been saying to people, I've been doing as good as I can be, because that's the truth. Whoa! I think I just restarted my phone by accident. Anyway, all things considered, I'm doing all right. I guess, I don't know. It's kind of bright out here now. The sun's coming up. It's a very late episode of Layman in the Morning, by the way. In terms of, Jesus Christ, my phone keeps talking to me. I gotta stop humming, baby. I usually record around 8 in the morning, 8 to 9-ish, and I'm out here around 10. So I'm recording around 10. I don't know, I just kind of woke up. You know, I was gonna do this in the bathtub, just have a little fun with the broken, my fucking phone. I think I keep restarting it. Jesus Christmas. What am I talking about right now? What are we doing? Oh yeah, I was gonna record this episode in the bathtub for the broken AC edition, but I don't have that little cap that you put into the on top of the drain, so kind of would just be me sitting in a tub that's consistently depleting of water. So I know I know everybody wants to see that, but you know, it's gotta be good. Whatever content I put out, it's gotta be quality like the last 18 episodes of this godforsaken podcast. It has to be the best of the best, because that's all I'm gonna give you. That's all I'm gonna give you. Where are we? 5 minutes? Oh boy, oh boy. We're here for the long run, aren't we? No cuts, no edits, no nothing. It's just me riffing off the top. I got a bottle of water. It's gonna run out soon, so I'm gonna have nothing to fill in the space when I don't have anything to talk about or bring up. So that's just I don't know what I'm saying right now. I don't know what's going on, but we're here. This is quite literally the no topics episode, but I have nothing to hold on to. Because I know I said it before, but this right here, this is so real right now. This is so real deal Holyfield. Speaking of real, I do want to bring up. Someone left a comment on my Rest in Peace Grogs episode. I forgot their name. I guess you don't need to know their name. I don't gotta blow it up, but that's probably gonna be the only comment on there, actually. Anyway, I talked about in the episode way back, not way back, but maybe last month, a rap artist that died, Grogs from the rap group Injury Reserve. And I guess I kind of sort of paid homage to him in a way. Not paid homage, but did a little tribute kind of thing. Whoa. These damn mosquitoes. These damn mesquites. Feasting on my flesh. Damn it, man. Anyway, I was paying tribute to Grogs, just talking about his death, how his music affected me, and I don't know, just kind of speaking about it, just the feelings I felt at the time and how weird and confused I was, and a whole lot of that emotional shit. And somebody left a really sweet comment earlier this, I want to say Wednesday maybe? Someone left a comment on that video saying it was like beautiful and it's just real, raw, and emotional. And here's the thing, when people say beautiful, there's a lot of room to be corny when you describe something as beautiful, right? There's a lot of room to, like, for someone to, how do I say this? For someone to justifiably make fun of you, you know what I mean? Like, okay, like, when you describe almost anything as beautiful, it's like, oh, okay, chill out, bro. It's nice, but take it easy, But in this instance, when he was just describing the timestamps where I was talking about Grogs and just my feelings during the whole situation, which I still feel was poorly just conveyed. Because I still don't know how to. I mean, I'm upset. It was depressing. It was weird. I was just confused, and it just, in the context of everything that's happening right now, it's like, yo, what the hell, man? It's just kind of weird. Everybody just kind of feels like they're in a whirlwind right now. They're just in an episode, episode of the Twilight Zone that's just slightly too long. You know what I mean? We're in an episode of the Twilight Zone, and everyone's kind of like, okay, when's this commercial break gonna hit? You know what I mean? It's like, is this a special? Is this the 1 hour special? I don't know. And then it turns out you're in the movie. So, I mean, that's a thing. We're just in a very long Twilight Zone special. We're just, and definitely going to turn out to be the movie, which is just a solid 2 hours of just confusion. But instead of 2 hours, it lasts a year in the real world. So, anyway, in the midst of everything, I was just confused. I think it's about to rain on my bitch ass right now. It's kind of gloomy out. It's gloomier than most days. And I know my mom said it's going to rain all week. Oh boy. Oh boy. We might see some edits. We might edit to my dry ass inside, but I really don't want to go inside. The rain might be good for me because, like I said, the AC is broke, and I didn't think I was going to get through last night. I was kind of in my bed, in my briefs, just busted a nut, and I was just trying to sleep, and I was like, well, you know what? It's 84 degrees in the house right now, top and bottom. Top and bottom, up and downstairs, top and bottom of the house. I'll tell you what, top and bottom of the house. Golly, I feel like Dr. Phil is the easiest impression that you can do. But back to the sweet comment that this guy left. I mean, I don't have much to say about it, but I just really appreciate it. And I commented, I replied back to him, and he said it was the first video he saw, and it was a beautiful, raw, and emotional, the way I was just talking about how Grog's death affected him. Or me talking about how, yeah, Grog's death affected me, and he just thought that was a very genuine moment, I guess. And I appreciate that. I really appreciate that comment by him. Because I think that's one of the most viewed episodes of the podcast. And, obviously, because I kind of sort of, not really clickbaited, but you know, I just put his name in the title and everything. Rest in peace, Groggs, parentheses, injury reserve. And I mean, I'll say it was like 45% shiesty on my part to put in parentheses, injury reserve, because, you know, in the back of my head, I was like, I do want people to see this. Not for my own personal gain, not like I'm making money off this podcast. Imagine me having a stable living off of this podcast, though. Considering all the episodes that you've already seen, imagine me being financially stable off of this. The thought of that is kind of egregious. It's kind of insane, considering how hard people work. Good God. Anyway, I had nothing to gain. I kind of just wanted the people to see it. And I wanted people to get my thoughts and feelings on the whole thing. So I guess it's not really shiesty to do that. I don't know. I was trying to get clicks, but at the same time, clicks for people to see just how I felt. See me talk about it. Because also not a lot of people are talking about it. It kind of just got swept under the rug. Not even swept under the rug. You know, when Nipsey died, and of course it's Nipsey. I wasn't following Nipsey all that much, but I obviously knew that he was just like the epitome of a leader in his community, and doing so much for his own people, going back to his hood, opening a store, and, you know, providing jobs to his people. And that shit is admirable, of course. And of course his rap career as well, and what that was was going to develop into. Wow, that's a sentence. That's a sentence. Damn, boy. Hey, ever read a book? God. Jesus H. Christ. Where was that going? Anyway, seeing what his career has developed to and what it was going to develop into, that didn't sound any better. But, you know, the trajectory of Nipsey Hussle's career and the, I don't know, he just put out that album Victory Lap, which, you know, critically acclaimed, and of course celebrate Nipsey. But with that, you know, I don't know, man, just celebrate everybody. I don't see any tributes for Groggs. I don't see no one really talking about him, and it kind of, in terms of the hip hop community, sucks that I have to take my time to say the word community. Community. Golly, if I say that too fast, I'll probably have a heart attack. And who knows? My brain will catch on fire, definitely. I don't know. I just wish more people. I really wish more people talked about it. And it sucks, man. But anyway, shouts out to that guy that left a comment describing it as beautiful. Really caught me off guard. Describing anything I do as beautiful, you know, I gotta check your, I gotta check your head top for your head top. I gotta check your head top for concussions, bro. I just gotta make sure you're not half conscious over here. That's the second time something I've done has been described as beautiful. My cousin called my short film beautiful. And he's a film guy, or an actor, excuse me. So he knows his shit. Like, damn, bruh. That's like the compliment of all compliments. Like I said, a lot of room for corniness. Like if you, I can't think of any good examples. My thing is, things are beautiful is meant for like things of a visual aspect. Trying to describe something visually, and in this instance, when Homeboy described my Groggs tribute, it was kind of me doing something and me just emitting emotions. And just me being honest and I guess somewhat vulnerable in a way. Nah, I won't say vulnerable, but me being honest with how I felt. I guess that was beautiful. I don't know. I wouldn't describe anything I do as beautiful, but I respect him for putting it that way, and I really did appreciate it, because I told him my biggest insecurity is how well my message is being received in this podcast, especially with episodes like the racism episode, where I was like, you know, I don't care who says nigger, you know, stuff like that. Things like that, and then trying to justify, you know, I don't know, people saying the N-word. Not that it's so. See, here I go into this rabbit hole, but no, just watch that episode. All I was saying was people are gonna hate you regardless, and if you get upset by someone calling you a name, then you gotta, I mean, you gotta just live inside, you know. You gotta indoors. Remember that SpongeBob episode? I just casually dropped the N-bar. Well, golly, that's where this episode is at. Nigga, my nigga. I think about that a lot in terms of nigga and who can and can't say it. I mean, we don't, like I said, we don't have to go into it again, but it's, I was watching this rapper off of, on YouTube, and her name's Beans, and she's this Latina, and she was just rapping, and she had this line. She was like, all my niggas got guns or something like that, which I was cool with, but I had to rewind to make sure, like, did she say nigga? Sure enough, she was like, all my niggas got choppers. All my niggas got 38 specials or something like that. Whatever the hell she was talking about. You know these kids and their raps and their poo-poos. And it's just the debate on who can and can't say a nigga is like the gray area is just as big as Texas, bro. Like black people can say it, of course, but when white people say it, it's the narrative is completely changed and flipped around. It's like, are you racist when you say it when you're white? Even if you're saying it at a concert or something like that? Like, how do you justify a white kid saying it at a concert? He's happy as hell. He's saved up his allowance to see Rich Homie Quan. And since it's a Rich Homie Quan concert, it's all white people who all saved up their allowance, who are all like 16 and experimenting with lean and cough syrup. And they're there, paid their money, their hard-earned money from vacuuming the living room. And they're all just jumping in a very dim-lit room in Atlanta, screaming nigga. And I don't know if that's hate. You know? It's really like the ugly God quote. If black people, if white people can't say it, then nobody can say it. Because it means the same thing. I brought this up so many times, but my only thing is intent. You know? What do you mean behind it? And this is something I've constantly talked to my mom about. We had this conversation like several times, because she hates when I say nigga on the podcast. Which, you know, justifiably so. So, hey, your son's saying nigga, it's weird, and, you know, she's an adult, so she grew up in a different time where that word was, you know, obviously very harsh. I don't know about nigga being very harsh when she grew up, but definitely nigger, the hard R, baby. Here's my thing with the hard R. You call me a nigger on the street, fuck you, I'm moving on. That's all I'm saying in regards to that. Nigga? Because I guess there's levels to it. And back to my nigger point. Podcast off the rails. I don't. You're just not worth it. You're someone that has hate in your heart because someone looks different, and you're not worth the confrontation. You're not worth the fight unless you touch me or touch somebody I know. You're just not worth it. It's just thousands of millions of people like you. And there's literally no reason for me to get in any kind of confrontation. What, are you gonna fight everybody that's a racist? It's a lot of people. That's a lot of people, bro. That's a lot of people. You kind of just gotta move on at that point. You gotta love yourself. Love the people around you, and acknowledge the fact that there's always going to be ignorance and hatred in the world. And you keep it moving. Or if you're Daryl Davis, you hang out with that guy that called you a nigger and seek understanding from him, and then convert him to a person that listens to Trey Songz. Shouts out to Daryl Davis. Jesus Christ. In terms of nigga, all about the intent for me. Not even nigga, it's just beyond that. Everything is intent. especially when they tried to get Jimmy Fallon or Kimmel or whatever. I think both Jimmys did it, but when they did blackface, I think Jimmy Fallon did like, I think Kimmel did like Karl Malone, and Jimmy Fallon did Chris Rock. They were both in blackface. Shouts out to Jimmys out there that do Shouts out to anyone that does blackface. You know what? Like, definitely think before you know, do anything going forward. But like, also like, damn son, the process of being painted brown, putting putting an Afro wig on, putting a gold chain on, putting on a leather suit, and then your producers and your whole cast and crew, moments up to before they turn on the camera, and at no point you were like, this is wrong. That's gangster. I gotta respect it, bro. Jokes aside though, when Jimmy Fallon and Jimmy Kimmel did blackface, and people tried to get him out of here for that. It's like, bro, they're talk show hosts, they're comedians. They're just trying to get a funny out, bro. They're just trying to make a funny, especially considering that Jimmy Fallon, his band is one of the most historic hip hop groups of all time. So what are we talking about here? Tyler the Creator saying faggot back in the day. Said it so many times. Maybe more than needed. And Lonnie, Frank Ocean was his best friend. I would assume he knew he was gay at the time he was saying fag and bitch and whatnot, but I mean, bitch has nothing to do with gay people, but I mean, well, gay people love to say bitch a lot, but is it even gay people saying bitch? Bitch, you tripping. I can't say bitch, you tripping to a lady. To a lady? That would get me out of here. That wouldn't get me canceled, but you know, probably give me a swift kick at the Johnson. It's all about the intent, though. That gay guy isn't trying to diss you when he says, bitch, you tripping, and shakes his head all crazy. He means that in the same way as like, girl, you tripping, or lady, you tripping, or Keisha, you tripping. What are you trying to convey? Are you trying to make me laugh? Robert Downey Jr. in blackface. No one had any issues with that. Wayans Bros doing whiteface. No one had issues with that. You know why? Because it was funny. It was funny. It was hilarious. Now you do blackface and then you start shucking and driving and you pull out a watermelon. Then bro, you're not invited to the cookout. You're invited to these hands though. Because that person is obviously, you know, a racist. I just would hope people can tell the difference, but whatever. I went into that spiel because I got insecure about when I said I don't care if people say nigger, and I felt like I needed to expand on that. So that's where we're at right now. That's not even the topic of this podcast. What is the topic of this podcast? Is it intent? Is it my broken AC? Or is it my shorts being too short? You decide. I'm gonna let you decide. Oh yeah. 100% natural spring water. You know we have some good content going on when I'm reading what's on my water bottle. Literally zero things to talk about, but we're kind of just chilling. It's a chill time. I guess we just keep talking about how my week's been. So, broken AC Friday. The AC's been broke for a while. I had my boy John over Sunday. And let me tell you about Sunday, by the way. Let me tell you about Sunday. Sunday. So, I had my boy John over. I might bleep it for this story. Might bleep his name for this story. We'll see. I will. I think I will. Anyway, I had my boy over, and we were supposed to do a podcast. Supposed to do the second episode of our podcast, Wiggle Weekly. Check that out when you get a chance. Yo, I keep restarting my goddamn phone. This is annoying. Where do I put you to where you won't aggravate me? Yeah, we're supposed to do our second episode of our podcast, Wiggle Weekly. Basically a podcast that we just started where we review music and give our opinions on recent albums that came out. John was everything but prepared. I was like, whatever. So we kind of just hung out, listened to the album that we were going to review so he could get a nice refresher on it. Chilled a little more. He says, hey, bro, trying to get litty? You trying to get a little blaze in your asshole? You're trying to get a little cush in your lungs? You're trying to get your toes tickled by the devil's lettuce? And I said, hell yeah, bro. It's a Sunday. He made me upset, and I was just trying to chill out, bro. So I went to his friend's house. John and I pulled up to his homie's house. I'm saying John's name so much. I'm sorry, John.
It's a lot of Chris. I'm holding nothing.
Call for my mom. Hey. Hello?
Hey, I'm leaving the shop. I'm gonna come and get you. We got found us affordable everything, okay?
Okay.
Alright, so be dressed when I get
Wait.
Get dressed.
I'm doing the podcast right now. When are you gonna get back?
I'm leaving the shop now, so I'll be there in about like 45 minutes.
Oh, okay. I should be done by then. You want to say anything to the people before we hang up?
It's hot as hell. I can't take it anymore. Hey.
All right, good deal. I'll see you when you get here.
Okay.
Shouts out to my mom. It is hot as hell, and neither of us can take it anymore. I was gonna tell her that I was telling the story, but anyway. It's about the rain, my guy. This episode's about to be fucked because my mom's coming and it's about the rain, so I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know if the rain gonna hit me. The rain's definitely gonna hit me first. If it rains, should I stay out here? I mean, hey. Make your votes right now. If it rains hard as shit, should Xavier stay out here? Oh, excuse me. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So I went to my friend's. I went to my homie's friend's house, and we got high as shit. And and that happened Sunday. Nothing much to that story. We just kind of got high, but anyway, drove home. Driving home stoned isn't scary, but it's kind of like because I was in full control, right? But at the same time, for me anyway, you're driving under the impression is like. Of like, okay, everybody knows I'm high. Everybody definitely knows I'm high. That tree knows I'm high. That cop knows I'm high. The person behind me knows I'm high. The road knows I'm high. I gotta get home before everybody finds out that I'm high, even though everybody knows that I'm high. You know what I mean? Like, everybody behind me, I thought, dude, it could have been a squirrel. It could have been a squirrel that crossed the street. I would have been like, that squirrel's about to pull me over. He knows. Oh my God, he knows my secrets. It's just a little paranoia. A little paranoia for my bitch ass. And driving a cool 45 miles per hour, maybe less, the entire way home. And then high key that carried over into work the next day. kind of self-snitching here, aren't I? Can the cops bust through my door and then take me away by telling the story? I mean, I don't know. I don't know my address. Ha 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 ha. I could be anywhere. I'm in Colorado right now. Hey, hey, hey. Anyway. Got stoned Sunday. I'm a lightweight, so it kind of carried over into work the next day. And probably for like, when I clocked in from 8 till 12, it kind of settled down. And I came home after work. I mean, no shit, but yeah, after work, when I got home, I sat down. My mom bought sub sandwiches from whatever the hell, Firehouse, I think. Shout out to Firehouse Subs. I'm really bad at telling stories, by the way. I just for half a second, I was thinking from like a viewer's perspective of me like telling the story, and I don't know if I'm on the edge of my seat or I don't know if I'm in the edge of my seat or just in a fucking blanket getting some Z's right now, because this is dragging on. But I have to drag it on. It's the No Topics podcast. That's what I should have named this. Damn. Anyway, I'll probably name the episode this. The No Topics episode. No topics. Eating some subs with my mom. Chilling. And I was like, hey, can I tell you something? She kind of has that look on her face. Kind of that look where it's like, oh my God, I knew he was gay the whole time. She didn't say that, but like, you know, you can tell that look, you know. It's like, damn, was this mic in front of my face the entire time? God damn, that mic was definitely in my face the entire time. So that's just what's happening here with the No Topics episode. I'm like, hey mom, can I tell you something? And she makes that face like, oh my God, he's gay. But nothing wrong with him being gay, but like definitely like we all knew before you did kind of thing. And I was like, I got high yesterday. And then the first thing she asked was like, was it synthetic? I'm like, wait, okay, alright, lady. Okay. Not even mad at it, not even the typical mom reaction of, oh my, you were high? You were what? Not even that kind of reaction. Just, was it synthetic? Like, huh? What? Get your priorities straight, Shay. Your son's getting stoned. But anyway, I had kind of the same response as I did just now when she asked that, and I was like, no. It was real deal Holyfield Kush, straight from Colombia. And she was like, why'd you do it? Not in the interrogating kind of way, though. She was just kind of like, you know, why'd you want to do that? And I was like, I don't know, I just kind of felt like it. She was like, okay. Started asking some kind of interrogatory kind of questions, but she was visibly just, you know, curious and not angry or upset at all. Right? And she was like, okay, if they presented you this or crack or any like meth or showed you anything like that, are you gonna do it? And I'm like, no, man. I'm like, I'm chilling. I'm just give me the green stuff. And I told her no, just weed for me, which is a weird way to, you know, I don't know. Cause I have to be like, I have to say no, just weed. You know what I mean? Like it's like ideally your mom doesn't want you smoking weed, but if it has to be a drug, it's like fine, you know. Okay, whatever. So I was like, yeah, no, just the farthest I'll do is this weed. She was like, all right. And she didn't blow up at me. Because the first time I told her I got high, she blew up. Hey, man. I was like, are you my mom or are you the fucking thing that fell on Nagasaki? Because you're you're kind of blowing up right now, Shay. Golly, she was hysterical after I told her that I smoked weed the first time. Like, golly, I never seen her like that. Crying, yelling, a lot of yelling and a lot of crying. Well, I'm kind of just like, hey, I was just trying to get faded, you know. I'm just getting easy. You're acting like I stuck a gram of coke up my ass. So, that's a thing. But this time around, I told her, because I felt like, there's this comedian I really like named Gerard Carmichael, right? And he has this special called Home Videos, which is basically him taking a camera into his family's house, right? He has a bunch of sisters, I think all sisters, and he has his sisters over and whatnot, and his mom and his niece, who's you know, obviously also a girl. And he's at his family house, just recording his family with a DSLR, and he's just getting, I guess, the female perspective of things from his family, which I thought was just very, you know, genuine and real. And the last half of that special kind of thing, I don't know what you call it, because it wasn't like a documentary kind of thing. It wasn't a, because he asked them a bunch of questions, and it was kind of like a conversation. But like I said, the title, it was quite literally just like home videos. It was just him walking around in his house, in his family's house, with a camera, just, you know, kind of sort of interviewing, talking to his sisters in a very, you know, casual way. And talked about things like their childhood, their upbringing, and what would you think if I brought a white girl home? And, you know, some of the sisters were kind of like apprehensive about it. And, you know, he asked, why do you have that perspective? Just like a conversation, you know, whatever. I thought it was a cool special, though, for how just genuine it was. Last half of that, he's talking to his own mom. And he's asking his mom questions about his dad. And I mean, they had a falling out, a divorce, and I don't know why I had to present it that way. They had a little situation. It was a divorce. Jesus, just say it. Just say it, Bucky. Yeah, his parents had a divorce, and Gerard was talking about how his dad's history of like cheating on his mom, and you know how he's just been a piece of shit to her. But his mom kept saying, I had to forgive him. I'm a God-fearing woman, and God would want me to forgive, and you know, all that jazz. And Gerard, being the son, he's coming from a place of why do you feel the need to forgive him? If I was you, it'd be like, fuck him, fuck that guy. You know, I wish the worst for him. in reference to all the shitty things that he's done to me. Having that whole conversation, and they transition into the topic. Have you ever thought of being with someone else? He's asking his mom that, and they start going into relationships and whatnot, and I guess he starts asking her about her like history with relationships and dating people outside of his dad, and eventually it just comes like, not even eventually, because there's not like a build up or anything to it, but Gerard asks, have you ever been with another woman? And she's like, no, and you know, and Gerard's kind of like, I think his mom asked, have you been with another guy? And he was like, I made out with guys before. And he kind of just says that. And if you know Gerard, if you keep up with his specials, he's not at the rooftops yelling, I'm a straight man, but his jokes and stuff like that, he has a handful of jokes about having sex with women and stuff like that, and whatever, just comedy shit, and I don't know, almost immediately you're gonna assume, okay, this is a straight male, whatever, moving on. But he just kind of casually just says to his mom, like, yeah, I made out with other guys before, just in conversation, not in a I'm coming out kind of way, and not in a big reveal kind of thing. He just kind of says it. And I think about that clip like a lot, because he had an interview with Charlemagne. Shouts out to Charlemagne, the guy, definitely change your name eventually, on the Breakfast Club, and Charlemagne was talking about that moment, and Gerard was saying he didn't mean for that moment to be like clipped or minutes of coming out. It was just him in conversation. Like I said, home videos is just him talking to his family. It's just him bringing a camera around his house, doing what he does, implying that this was a real, organic moment. He just casually told his mom, I've made out with other guys, so would it be weird if you had relations with a woman, whatever the case is. It's kind of like whatever. The whole thing being a conversation about, his mom having relationships or considering relationships with people outside of their dad. It wasn't even about Gerard being bi or experimenting. It was just a thing that came up. And I thought about that, man. I still think about that. And I thought about that before I told my mom that I got highest Finnock on Sunday. Because I just like the openness and the vulnerability. Not even vulnerability. It was just like, there's nothing vulnerable about, well, I mean, there's vulnerability that comes with telling the truth. But in terms of my truth of being, of getting high, that's not vulnerable. That's just the truth. And I didn't tell my mom all this. She asked me why'd you feel like telling me, and I did say I just want to be more open with you, and I just want to be honest, and I don't want it to be a whole thing when I go out and get high. I don't like sneaking around in my own house. I'm 22 years old. I'm a grown man. If I do something you do or don't like, I'm gonna let you know, and I'm gonna just we'll just work from there. I'm not gonna sneak around. I'm not gonna. I don't know. I don't like hiding. I don't like putting up a facade. I think I said before. I just want to be. I just want to be me. I just want to be my most honest and true self, whether people like it or not. I don't want to change in different environments. I just want to express myself and people do or don't like it, then that's okay. I know I'm being true to who I am at the end of the day. That's a very fulfilling feeling to have, honestly. But I told my mom I just want to be more open with you, and nothing much to it, and nothing that deep. And she was like, okay, appreciate you for telling me that. And she goes on to show me like she shows me something she thought was funny on her phone. Like shortly after, it wasn't awkward, it wasn't weird, there wasn't a silence, there wasn't a sense of, oh my God, he betrayed me again. You know, it was like, ah, damn you, Kush lords. It wasn't even. It was like, well, my son smokes often. As long as he doesn't do crack, I'm fine. Because my biggest thing is, you know, as long as my mom doesn't think I'm a junkie, then we're straight, dude. Then we're cool. And I told her that. As long as you don't think I'm like on the highway with a needle in my buttocks, then we're good, Shay. She says she doesn't think that of me, so we're doing okay so far. I told her, farthest I'll go is some dank kush, because I do not. I was talking to my friend about this too, about like how white people are just way more like adventurous. I don't want to see I don't want to do no psychedelics. I don't want to do no pills. I ain't trying to see nothing, bro. I ain't trying to see nothing, dog. People who take LSD and shit like that, or acid trips, and nah, son. I ain't trying to see nothing. People taking shrooms and saying they, you know, start having an existential crisis and flying out of themselves, and they're like going into different worlds and talking to aliens with buttocks as faces, and they're telling them what the meaning of life is. Fuck that shit. No thank you. No thank you. Oh, you're flying through different dimensions, and a bird alien dog hybrid is telling you what the meaning of life is. Fuck that, man. Oh, you took a bunch of shrooms with your friends, turned all the lights off, and then transcended into a better person that has an understanding and experienced ego death in a matter of 5 minutes, but it felt like 2 hours, and now you have a different understanding of what life is and how to love people, and understanding who you are as a person now just because you took some shrooms? Fuck that, Jack. Fuck that, Jack? What does that mean? Who's Jack? Bro, I don't want to see nothing. I don't want to learn nothing about myself. Get that shit out of here, man. Damn it, bro. It's true, bro. Just get me high and I'm done. I'm done. Even that's too much. Even being kind of high, even just being, for me, even being a little high, it's like, okay, for me, experimenting is 2 blunts, you know? That's my acid trip. Golly. God, man. You show me a bong and it's like, oh God, I guess we're getting weird today. Oh man. Hand me an edible and it's like, oh God, Xavier's overstepping his boundaries here. That might be, Xavier's trying something different. Xavier, you give me a weed brownie. Xavier is off the deep end. He's doing too much. told my mom I got high as shit. And that was nice. Like the moment she showed me a funny video after that and just started laughing, and we just started chuckling over whatever the hell she showed me that I probably was pretending to be funny. I really enjoyed that moment. I really enjoyed that moment. I was just in the moment. She showed me something goofy. After I told her something that, she can justifiably be very upset at. But she was like, okay, whatever, thanks for being honest. And then we shared a laugh. And I was like, damn, son, this is really tight. This is really tight. I love this, that I can be just open and honest with my mom. Because at the end of the day, if she yelled at me, I would have been at peace. Because I told her. If she hated me for a week, cool, man. Because I told her what I did. And, I don't know, man. It's a very satisfying thing to be honest and just being yourself and just speaking your truth. Especially the people you're close to. Shouts out to Gerard Carmichael, I guess. For saying he was bisexual to his mom in that special that no one saw. Because, hey, I mean, Gerard, if you're watching this, you helped the anxious black kid tell his mom that he got high as shit on a Sunday, so that's a thing. Was that the longest story ever told? Ooh, excuse me. 58 minutes. Fuck yeah. I dug this. I dug this. Kind of flew by with how long I was dragging that story out. Jesus Christmas. That story definitely started 6 hours ago. And I know that to be a fact. But I got it out eventually. A lot of turns, a lot of detours. But hey, we got to an hour on 0 topics. Right before I cut the camera on, I googled trending topics and I felt so gross. I almost threw my phone away. I need to throw my phone away anyway because it's a Motorola from 2012. So definitely burn it with fire, but also googling trending topics, I felt like a schmuck. I felt like an employee that worked for E. Definitely felt like I worked for Entertainment Tonight. And yeah, shortly after I wanted to get started on tying that noose when I searched that. So that's probably never do that again. I don't know. Part of what I like about this podcast is just that it's very cathartic, and it's just a kind of just an open expression of what I feel in the moment or have been feeling, and it's not calculated, not planned, not scripted in any way. It's kind of just me going. And it's to my detriment more often than not, but I wouldn't have it any other way. Yeah. glad I told that story though. I'm definitely gonna bleep out my friend's name just in case his folks see this. Yeah. I guess that's it. Can you tell? Can you tell that this is it? I saw that it was 58 minutes left, or that we've been going, and my brain kind of just shut off. My brain was like, alright, I would just stare at the trees for the next 2 minutes. How about you talk about how done you are for the next 2 minutes of this podcast, you know? Jesus. Mad mosquitoes out there. Also, I'm kind of stringing this along because I don't want to go inside again. I swear to God, I want to do anything but go inside this godforsaken house because the AC is broken, and when I came out here it was 84 degrees. I'm going to go back in, and it's definitely going to be a cool 97, I bet. So that's just where we're at right now. And yeah, hot damn, quite literally hot damn, it's hot in that damn house. Oh jeez. My mom's gonna pick me up though. I mean, you already heard her. We're gonna get a nice fan. We're gonna get an icy fan. We're gonna get the iciest, the coldest of cold. We're gonna get the breeziest of. We're gonna get the chilliest of fans from maybe Walmart or something, and golly, just to keep us alive. We're kind of like those fucking things from I Am Legend. Those demon things that can only be rehabilitated by by being laid down on several bags of ice. That's just kind of where my mom and I are at right now. And did I just make an I Am Legend reference in regards to how hot my house is? That's a sign that I need to go. That's a sign that I need to leave. It's been an hour and 2 minutes. I think that's a good enough place to stop at. Told a story about how I got high and told my mom. Also talked about nigga. The word nigga and my feelings on it yet again. That comes up a lot in this. I feel like this is the third time I've mentioned it in this podcast. On like separate episodes. Sheesh, man. That's what I was talking about before. I hope my message is well received. Because I'm really insecure about how I convey my feelings and emotions on things and just how I articulate anything I say. I feel like it's just misconstrued a lot. But I don't know. We're kind of just here, and I set a camera outside, and I just hope to get a solid. I'd be lucky if I get 5 views on this episode, but you know, I mean, I've actually gotten last episode 21 views. Hey. I might be 5 of those views, but hey, 15 people watching 2 minutes of that podcast and then immediately clicking off to see something worth their time. Not mad at it. Not mad at it at all. I mean, any strangers that are watching this though, leave a comment. Just say hey. Just say what's up. Holla at your boy. Quite literally, just type hi in the. If you see this, not even. Well, I mean, that's not gonna happen because this is we're deep in the trenches here. This is the end of the podcast. But if you made it to the end though, just type hi. Type hi in the comments. Holler at your boy for the one time, because I just, a matter of fact, if you made it this far into the podcast, just don't even type hi, just type where you're from. Say what's up from Hamburg, Germany, or something like that. Podcast sucks from Hamburg, Germany. Let me know my demographic. Anyway, we're done. We're done here. And this is a good place to stop. Oh, Christ. I feel like I'm too close to the mic, but I always feel like I'm too close to the mic. This has been Xavier. Another episode of Layman in the Morning. I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a great rest of your day.